Open the door, my prince. I got it covered.
What? That's just not a masculine thing to do. Come on. Who's excited to go on a date with her? Most single women would choose their dog over a man, study finds. Where do these studies come from? Stop trying to lie for some stupid study that's probably written by some woman who's like 60 with like a dog and a cat that she dresses up and is miserable on the inside. Okay, so researchers find that people without children tend to be happier than parents. Okay, here we go. You're back. Hello. You're like, Jed, you were wearing that outfit in show number 1. It's true. I wear a lot of black. I have about 30 of these tops. And then I have one where it's off the shoulder, but it looks just like this. So I wear a lot of black. I feel like the colors and all that get very distracting. And I don't know. I'm from New York. We kind of just have like shades of black in our wardrobe. We are dark souls. What can I say? I'm not a dark soul, but I do like my black. Okay, so yeah. Today, we're going to talk about some cool stuff. Here's what we're going to talk about. Men in 2024 is the title. I know we're in 2025, although I do kind of, it's like I missed a year somewhere there, but Men in 2024 is the title. But we're going to talk about like modern men, okay? Womansplaining. You know, you've been there. You've been across the table from a woman and she's just doing this. And you're like, oh, not today. First dates. More on first dates. Parents, we have some graphics which are interesting. Parents versus childless folks. Women choosing dogs. You know, you've seen it. We've talked about this in the past. The women with the strollers and the dog babies. God, dress, bonnet. You know. Oh, there's a clip called Her Breakfast, which is just nasty. You were like, how long is it going to take for Jed to say nasty? Nasty stuff. And separate homes. Should married couples just, you know what? Just live separately and it'll all work out. Dumb, really dumb stuff. But we're going to get to all of that. But first, I want to tell you about today's sponsor. It is one of my favorite places on the internet. I am so excited to share this with you. Honestly, you know how much I care about health. You know how much I care about products, vetting stuff that's low tox, bringing you the best ways to maximize and optimize your health. The Swell score. I want you to hold on to that. The Swell score. It's an amazing website. I know how many hours it takes to do this research. I spent weeks, months while I was off air doing research, researching products. Not everybody has that kind of time. Not everybody knows what to look for. It takes a really long time to figure out what's toxic, what's not. And then you have the whole greenwashing thing, right? Where products and companies claim, oh, this is clean, this is green, but it's actually not. And you wind up spending a lot of money. You wind up buying stuff. You wind up having to send it back. You wind up tossing it in the garden. It's a lot of frustration. It can be a very stressful process. The Swell score is here to make your life so much easier, and mine. I love that site. I buy a ton of products off that site. I'm partnering with them currently on Naturepedic. We'll get to that. But what they've done, they have over 2,000 products. It's the birth child. I don't know if you know of Dr. Christian Gonzalez. He does all of that somatic work and that emotional release therapy. He's amazing. Adore him. And Gary Benkow, who's also amazing. They set out to say, we want to make people's lives easier. We want to create a hub where someone can go to one place and can search for non-toxic products and know that they are getting stuff that's been screened and vetted by a doctor. They have a toxicologist that looks into everything. So you know when you buy something, whether it's a vitamin or a supplement, whether it's a mattress, whether it is a clean beauty product, whether it is a hydrogen water machine. They have vetted these products, these services, not only for efficiency, making sure you're getting the best bang for your buck, making sure you're getting something that actually does what it says it does, and also for toxins. So if you buy a product off there, you don't have to worry. I bought this and now there's all this hidden X, Y, and Z in there because they have done the hard work for you. I absolutely adore them. They are incredible people, extremely well-intentioned in everything they do, and very passionate about wellness. Again, some of the stuff they have, supplements that I've bought on there, home goods. I'm partnering with them on Naturepedic right now. If you go to their site, you can actually see I've chosen some products and I'm offering discount links through the Swell score. Makeup, They have a membership program that gives you 15 to 25% off all products. So you join, you become a member, and then you get these amazing discounts. But most of all, you are shopping in a place where you know all of this stuff has been screened for you and vetted for you. You don't have to worry. It is worry-free, non-tox, low-tox shopping. This is a dream. This is actually a dream, what they've done. It's incredibly efficient as well. I found my laundry detergent on there. So many things. So many things. I have a special promotion for you today. As a listener of this show, code Jedediah 20, Jedediah 20, you will get 20% off of your first order. Go over, check it out. The Swell score, browse, look for stuff that you will be amazed at the vastness of what they've covered, and it gets bigger and better every single day. Jedediah 20, 20% off. You will not be disappointed. This is going to become one of your favorite sites. No question, because it's one of my favorite sites. It's incredible. So thank you, the Swell score. I adore you. All right. Now that we've done that, and by the way, every single sponsorship that I bring you on this show, every single one, again, is going to be something I use, something that I stand behind, something that I love. I drive Aaron. Hi, Aaron. I drive Aaron crazy, who we have a ton of people that come, and already day one, we're like, we want to be on your show. We want to, they want to sell stuff. And I'm like, nope, wouldn't use that. Nope, can't use that. And he's like, oh, sorry, Aaron. All right. So let's start with, it's called Men in 2024. It's not 2024, I know, but that's what it's called. So let's start there and let's go. This is going to be fun.
Open the door, my prince. I got it covered.
You like these shoes? What baby wants, baby gets. Come on, let's try on a pair. Babe, it's been 4 hours since you ate. Are you hungry? Yeah, let's go to the food court. Take my card, babe. Get whatever you want. Watch your step, okay? I got you. Come here. Just like that. You're so handsome. Do you want me to take more?
So in case you can't see the print, it's basically saying, this is what you get when you date men in 2024. I'm sure the same would apply. She'd probably say the same about 2025. Where do I begin? Why do I, I'm starting to get hot. I start to get hot and bothered with these clips. I'm going to need a fan, AC, something. First of all, I find it so unattractive when I see these really attractive girls just ripping on guys in videos all the time. It is something so, it like decreases their attractiveness to me. It looks like so kind of like ungrateful, spoiled, complaining, entitled, like, there's just something so unappealing about it. And she's a very pretty girl, but it brings an ugliness to the picture. Does it not? Is it me? I don't know. The reason that guys act sometimes like this, and it is true, is because they've been emasculated a lot of the times. They don't know what to do anymore, because when they do open the door for you and they do pay the bill and they do all of the gentlemanly stuff and get out of the car and walk around and open your car door, not you specifically, but women in the modern world have said, I don't need you to do that. What, you think I can't pay? Let's split it. You think I can't open my own door? Have you not read Gloria Steinem? I mean, they're this like feminist approach of assert your womanhood and your potential, and I don't need a man, and I'm self-sufficient, and I don't need you to do these things for me, creates this confused guy a lot of the times. And they don't want to step on your toes. They don't want to upset you. They don't want to make you, they're not doing those things because they think you can't do them. They're doing them because they want to do them. But now you're saying, I don't like that. And they're confused. There's a lot of guys that just don't even know what to do when they go out on a date. They're like, what's right? What is that too much? Is this, do I offer to pay? They genuinely don't know anymore, because it's always this, wrong, done, disgust, attitude, right? So now I don't know any guys quite like that. First of all, I don't know any guys, any. that like are like, oh, take a picture of me standing. I've never seen that before ever. Or, you know, oh, I want a picture on social, but oh, that one I look a little, oh, I don't like that one. Can you do it again? But I'll go like this. That's just not a masculine thing to do. Come on. I don't know who you're dating. Women? Is it women? Guys don't do that. I do know guys that get confused about paying. I remember having a conversation early, must have been like 10 years ago, and speaking to a guy at the gym who was young and saying, he was telling me about a date that he had gone on. And he said something like, oh yeah. And then she hopped in a cab. And I said, whoa, full stop. I said, you didn't walk her home? And he said, I would never do that. And I said, why? And he said, because I've been told by a lot of women that makes them feel like young women, that it makes me feel unsafe that you would know where I live. I was like, what? Why are they on a date with you if they feel unsafe with you? What is going on? And why would you send that message to guys? I mean, you feel more safe walking home alone to your front door in New York City than you do with the guy that took you on the date? My mind was like bugged out. But I could see, I remember like the confusion on his face of like, oh, that's not true. And I was like, wow, it's bonkers. That was like 10 years ago. I'll never forget that conversation because his face was just like, what? Like, didn't know what to do. But guys are confused. Guys are not, they don't know what to do. So maybe just think about that for a second. Self-reflect. What has been your role as a woman? Maybe you do want to assert your autonomy. Maybe you have wanted to say, hey, I can open my own door, but didn't realize the message that would send. You know, maybe you want guys to know that you can do those things for yourself, but you still want them to do it for you. But then understand why that's a mixed message, right? They don't get it. It's confusing. Why don't they get it? Because it's oftentimes conflicting and makes no sense. So, you know, yes, are there guys that do the wrong thing? Are there guys that aren't great to date? Are there guys that maybe do want to be babied out there? Sure. Does that exist? Sure. All I'm saying is like, look at your role and look at society's role in what they've done to men. Media, they're lost. Guys are lost about what to do. Let's look at womansplaining.
Potential hot take, but can boys stop responding so fast, please? It's such an ick to me.
Okay, boys, write this down. It's icky to reply too fast.
Are they a slow texter or are they just not that into you?
Oh, wait. Okay, no, do reply faster or else they'll think you're not into her. My bad.
Here's a PSA for all the single ladies. If a guy texts you back right away, or if he's messaging you nonstop all day, probably seems really flattering, right? But it's not. It means he has nothing else better to do.
Wait, shit. Okay, don't reply. They hate it. Okay, wait. Do reply as fast as you can.
Girl brain is if you text him and he texts you back right away, ick.
Maybe don't respond that fast?
Hey, I'm going home, gonna load my shotgun.
I don't know anymore. It appears your life is in danger no matter what. I'm so sorry.
Okay. So I love this video. First of all, her expressions are great. Do you see why it might be confusing though? I mean, and I'm talking to the ladies out there because I don't think we realize sometimes that we can send mixed messages. They don't know what to do anymore. It's like the masculinity has been like beaten out of them. It's toxic. Don't do that. But then now they're expected to be gentlemanly, but only insofar as you want them to be gentlemanly. It's very, 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 very confusing. Here's the bottom line, by the way. For the guys, whether she's physically attracted to you is everything, because it really, really is. It's like 99% of the battle, honestly. If she's really attracted to you and you text right away, like you go on the date, whatever, and by the time she gets upstairs, you know, she has a message that says like, when's the next blah, blah, blah. If she's attracted to you, she's going to be like, oh my God, I have to call my friend. Like, and say, he texted me. She's all into it. It doesn't matter how fast it is. If she's not attracted to you and you do that, it's going to be like, ooh, he doesn't have anybody. Oh, he's just like it's too much. It's all about whether she wants you to jump her bones. Bottom line, in a good way. I mean that in a healthy, consensual way, obviously. It all comes down to that. It's actually everything. Like, don't marry somebody that you're not physically attracted to. Don't date somebody you're not. You need to be attracted to them, and they need to be attracted to you, or it all goes south. Truly, you will tolerate an infinite amount of like crap from someone if you're attracted to them. It's something about the pheromones, honestly. And we're all a victim of it. We are all a victim of it. So here's my advice to guys. You need to get a really good radar for, first of all, if you're not attracted to her, don't bother. Odds are, though, you will probably find yourself, you'll go out with somebody you are attracted to. If she's not attracted to you, dunzo. Stop. Don't say, oh, we'll spend time together. Nope, not going to happen. Oh, but I'll, friend zone. Nope, not going to happen. Oh, but, she'll really get to know me. Nope, not going to happen. Stop. Like, I don't care how nice she is. I don't care if she's like, hey, she's not attracted to you, and you need to get a sixth sense for that. Does she like move out of the way when you go to kiss her? Is she, you have to figure out how to detect, is she attracted to you? And if she's not, end. Because nothing you do is going to be right from that point on. Also, stop caring so much how what you do is received. Stop caring. Stop caring. We have like a weird spidey sense of insecure men. We do. So if you're insecure, women know if you like have a good date and you're confident and you say, I walk upstairs and you send me a text like, hey, so when's the next movie? And your whole aura about that is confident. I know it and I receive it really well if I'm attracted to you. This is all under the premise of attraction. But if you're like hesitant and you write it and you're awkward and you're like concerned about how I'm going to receive that message and there's all of that energy, life is about energy. I'm also going to receive that and be like, ooh, no. So it's all about like, own it. You like a girl, like you need to do what feels right for you and stop giving a what about how she's going to receive it. And that attitude of just not caring whether she likes it or not will come through and will make her more inclined to receive that message well. I remember with my husband, we went on a really long walk, and like one of the first dates was like, we did a lot of walks because he was in a bodybuilding competition. It wasn't even a date. It was like, we were like, I didn't even know it was a date. He knew it was a date. I was unaware, but we were like, do these long walks. And I remember after like the first walk, I got upstairs and he was just like, he said something like, so when's the next walk? And I was like, because I was already, I was feeling the feels, as I say. And he was like super confident, just like, this is what's going to happen. This is how it's going to go. Like through the whole start of the relationship, women really sense your confidence. If you're not confident, you need to get confident before you get in the dating market, because that lack of confidence will be a turnoff and it will kind of shadow in an ugly way everything that comes after it. So that's just how it goes. It's just reality, right?
So what do you do for work? Do you like it? Do you like it? How many siblings do you have? Oh, you have a lot. You have a lot. That's fucking ridiculous.
Who's excited to go on a date with her? Doesn't she seem like such a joy? I mean, just a profound joy from the inside out. Again, like it's so frustrating because pretty girl, right? But like from the inside, just so unhappy, and it just ruins the whole thing. First of all, if you feel that way about the date, why are you going on the date? First of all, if you don't want to be dating, don't date. If you're not in a place where you feel like dating, like you're like feeling good about it, don't do it. If you're on date 3 with a guy and that's your attitude, why are you going? It makes guys feel used. And it makes the whole thing look like you're using them. Like, okay, is it for a free dinner? Because if you feel that way before you walk out the door, why bother? Why bother? It's crazy. Remember the days too. I don't relate to this because I remember the days of like dating where it was like fun to go out on a date. You got dressed up, you got excited, you were like, oh, you got dolled up, you went in, you picked out your outfit, you know, at the time you would like walk to or take a taxi, you were like all into it. And got to the date. It was like you were like, am I going to have, all the, will I do this? You talk to your friend on the way there. We're like, oh my God. Now it's like, Do you know why though? Because this is social media. this has ruined women. Women get so much attention all the time. On TikTok, on Instagram, on Facebook, they're always flooded with attention, especially if you're a pretty girl. And she's all done up. You know, she's got I don't know, that's her hair, but whatever. But she's got all the stuff. She's made up. She obviously cares about her appearance and invests in that. She's probably getting flooded. So to her, it's like, why do I really need to go on this date? I can do all of that in terms of get all the attention, feel wanted, feel needed from my home. I can just scroll. So they're so inundated that they don't feel the need to go and have that rush of just like all those yummy chemicals by sitting across the table from someone and getting to know them and seeing, women do crave attention. We do. We like attention from men. When we're single, we like attention from men. So when you're getting inundated with it on social media and through technology and everywhere in the comfort of your own home, you don't crave it in the same way. And you're not inclined to go out on that date and get it that way. So it's ruined the whole thing. And the attitude just sucks. Like, that does not look like a person who's happy with themselves or happy with the experience. It's like, I almost want to be like, get rid of your phone for like 3 weeks and then you'll be excited to go on a date. You'll be like, I want to feel pretty and I want to get dressed up and I want to like go and I want to ask you silly questions about your siblings and whatever. Yes, obviously some of it's mundane and annoying because you have to cut through that to get to the real stuff. But like, you would be excited for the experience. God, I mean, social media is just like wrecking. I feel like women in particular, because men don't get that kind of attention on social media. They just don't. It's a different world for them. Totally different world. Parents versus, so researchers find that people without children tend to be happier than parents. Okay, here we go. Researchers? Who does this research? Really, I feel like this is always coming from the same place. These are childless people who want to feel like they've made the right decision, right? The Chelsea Handlers of the world. So they're constantly like, see, I'm happier than you. See, like I'm way happier. You've got that kid and he keeps you up at night and you have to worry about him. And I have no stress. Let me just chug my bottle of wine at 6 a.m. and hope to get through the day. I mean, this is not anyone who lives in the real world and knows people with children knows that their children light them up. It gives you a whole new layer of meaning in your life. I say this as someone who almost, thought for years, I don't know if I want children. I don't know. My son is my whole life. Everybody that I know who has a child says I didn't really have a purpose in the same way until now I have this person to take care of. I have this person who looks up to me. I have this person who I can teach all of these things that I've learned. I have this person who is going to experience the world and I get to like see it through his eyes and it's amazing. And there's just so much more color to your life with a child. This is not, by the way, a dig at people who can't have children, who've tried to have children. I get it. And it's very sad that happens to people. This is addressing people who feel the need to constantly say, oh, you have children? You think it's so great? It's not. I don't have children and I'm just doing amazing. I also think it's an effort by the system to discourage people from having children, to discourage the family unit, to discourage mom, dad, child, stable family unit, to discourage all of the stability coming from there. And then those people wind up being things like government dependent. Those people wind up being, looking outside of that system. You know what? They turn to drugs more. They turn to alcohol more. They turn to antidepressants. And guess what? They just become a number in the system. They're like, oh, it is. It just is. And it's sad. It's deeply, deeply sad. You don't want to have kids, don't have kids. But if you are also constantly feeling the need to tell everyone how happy you are, you're probably constant. Oh, I'm really happy. I didn't have children. I'm so happy. You're not happy. If you're that person, you might want to self-reflect. Maybe you're not happy. Because people who are really happy don't do that. They don't sit and it just doesn't go like that, right? You may be out there, someone might be out there not having kids and feel happy. Okay, cool. But it's not, this is an agenda. This seems like an agenda to me, is all I'm going to say. Most single women would choose their dog over a man, study finds. Don't you love these studies? Don't you really love these studies, though? Where do these studies come from? Somebody did a study. Oh, I did a study on women and their dogs. I mean, really? Wow, talk about having like free time, man. Oof, that's something. So I do think there is a lot of truth to women now doing this like, oh, I'm not going to get a boyfriend. I'm just going to get like a toy poodle. And I'm not going to have a baby either. I'm just going to dress that toy poodle in like a little baby bonnet and put him in a little stroller. Oh, look at my little, hello, woof, woof, arf, arf. This is life now, right? This is what's happening. Let's be real. I think that women have been told for a very long time that guys are a headache. Media loves to say, oh, you get a husband, it's like having it's like having a child. You got to pick up after him. You got to clean the house. You be turned into a housekeeper and a chef overnight. All of this messaging has hit home, right? It's being played over and over and over and wired and rewired in their brains, and they see it on TV, and then they look at movies and the guy's like the idiot guy, like that character in This Is 40 that I always point to, and he's like trying to sneak a taste of a cupcake outside that his wife won't see because his wife's like his mom, basically. I think that messaging got to women and they believe it. They believe that's what married, and they're like, oh, forget it. I'll just like have this like, this toy Pomeranian, and it'll love me endlessly, and I'll wheel it around, and it'll be like part baby, part husband, and I'll be good to go, And the problem with that is that they're lonely. These women are lonely because the Pomeranian isn't a man. It's not. And it's also not a baby. Just saying. And again, I also think this is a social media problem because women are they're getting all that attention all the time. Scroll, oh, this guy likes me, that guy likes me. So they get all of that. And they say, well, why would I need like a husband? I have all the attention now and I don't have to do anything. Also, it's just kind of like gross, this increasing feeling that I love taking care of my home. I love taking care of my home. I love cleaning it. I'm like dusting. My husband's like, oh, babe, the vacuum's out. You must be having a good day. It's true. I love to dust. I love to clean. I love to fold. When I make a beautiful meal, like I don't feel like incarcerated this is like I think it's really natural. It should be anyway for women. That's right. I said it. You can send the hate mail directly to me. I think it's a really natural thing for women to want to do that, to keep a nice home, to be like organized, to spend a day organizing something and be like, babe, look what I did, to prepare a nice meal. Even if you don't like to cook, just to, to make a house a home. And now women are feeling like these young women are like, well, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to go against that instinct because I'm going to reject it because society told me that is demonizing to me. I have swallowed that and now I'm going to regurgitate it, get my Pomeranian and do nothing. In fact, I'm even going to be messy just when I'm home alone, just to spite myself because patriarchy. This is where we're at. Right? So I'm just saying, like, women, like, who cares what society says? Like, what makes you happy? And oftentimes when you meet these women who have the dog and no husband and no partner, they're not happy. They're not. They're just not. It's not enough because there's a whole other layer of intimacy and affection and love and sharing a life with someone and reciprocal this and that and sharing responsibilities that's not there. Right? So let's just be honest again. Like, this is not a criticism. This is like, just be honest about how you feel. Stop trying to lie for some stupid study that's probably written by some woman who's like 60 with like a dog and a cat that she dresses up and it is miserable on the inside. Okay, this next one actually, if you have a barf bag nearby, I would just pull it a little closer. Just my advice. Let's do 6, her breakfast.
Guess what I had for breakfast the other day?
Oh, God.
Plan B and water.
Should have known. What was that, like third time this week?
Not this week.
Month? Aren't you like only allowed to take so many of those before you're just like infertile?
I'm pretty sure you're only supposed to take like 4 a year.
And you ran
I can't
today?
count how many times I've taken a Plan B past few months.
It's like that?
It's like that.
Wow.
Okay. Like, I just, oof. First of all, can we just like take note of how she's sitting? Like legs spread. I was like, I know she's got the genes, right? So you're not seeing, but I mean, like who, like, I don't understand. Like, is there like a grooming school that's needed? Who sits like that? Just, like nasty right from the beginning. I didn't even need to hear anything come out of her mouth. I was just like, ooh, that's very unattractive. I don't know why any woman would feel that it's attractive to be promiscuous. To be like, oh yeah, you know, I slept with so many guys that I don't know how many Plan B nights. Ooh. Like gross, right? Nasty stuff. B, like, ooh, do they have like a STI? Like STD? Like what's going on there? C, like, wow, you're not selective at all. You like, is there no self-respect? D, is there like, where's her mom? I mean, there's so many thoughts going on. Also, Plan B, like, not the safest in terms of, you know, these are like high dose birth control pills, essentially, right? So do what you want, right? It's up to you, but you're not supposed to be taking that like, you know, on the daily. Also, I was somebody who really strongly, very strongly was outspoken. I think I wrote about it at one point, did not want Plan B to be over the counter. Back when I was younger, when I was in my 20s, you could get Plan B, but you had to go through a doctor. You had to either go through a doctor or you had to go through Planned Parenthood. And if you went to Planned Parenthood, you had to see a doctor. You had to be seen. Someone had to check in with you and be like, what else are you taking? Because what's happening too, a lot of girls are taking birth control pills, regular birth control pills, and they miss a pill or they forget it. And then they take Plan B. So they're doing like double and triple hormone. Like that's not recommended. So there's like there's no awareness of like, is this healthy for me? But it's sad. It's so sad. Like to me, it's not, yes, is it nasty and the sitting and all, but it's sad. Like again, pretty girl, what is going on here that like society, like media has made women feel like this is somehow an empowering move? Like this is somehow appealing to guys. Like you're only attracting guys. That attitude attracts guys who either just want to sleep with you and never talk to you again, which is not a good quality guy. Let's be honest. And it's attracting, you know, that's really it. Honestly, no guy is going to want to date you talking like that. It's embarrassing. They're going to be like, what if my mom sees that video? Like, and they're not going to want to date you because they're going to be envisioning that you've just been like open like the Lincoln Tunnel for everybody for years. And they're like, well, I'm just not going to drive through, honey. I'm not down for the drive through. Nasty stuff. So it's like, you're not helping yourself. Again, like what? She sounds like she wants us to see like, oh, see, like what I'm doing. It's so cool. It's so fun. And she looks so young. Maybe she just looks young, but there's a component of all of this. Yes, we can laugh, but it's sad to me. Like it's so sad to think about this generation of not. I wish she would just step back and realize I'm a pretty girl. Like this isn't serving me. How is it serving you? Really? Does she look happy? I mean, I know she's like, there's no way. There's no way. There's no way. I mean, none of those guys care about her. There's no way. They wouldn't be able to be with someone who was behaving like that if they really when guys really care about you, they don't want you. They don't even want to know that you've dated someone 10 years ago. They're like, oh no, I don't need to know about your high school boyfriend. It's too much. Right? Let alone like last week that you took 3 Plan B. This is, ooh. Separate homes. Oh, this is one of my favorites. This is the crazy that we're in now in this world. Some couples are choosing to live in separate homes as a strategy to preserve their relationships. Okay, full stop, everyone. Full stop. Stop it. Stop the madness, okay? If you need to live in a separate home from someone, you're with the wrong person, okay? First of all, you should not be married to someone and living separately. You shouldn't. That's not healthy. That is not, you also shouldn't be married to someone sleeping in separate rooms. This is not healthy stuff. I'm sorry. Oh no, but he tosses and turns. No, I'm sorry, babe. No. You should not be working on a relationship and be like, oh, it would all be great, but like, I don't want to I don't like the way he chews. Ooh, and he does this thing with his clothes on the floor. And it would just all work out really great if like we could go out to dinner and it could always feel like a fresh date. And then we each go back home and we scroll independently through our phones. And maybe we could do like a movie date, but then he goes home to his house and I go and I stretch and sprawl out with my teacup poodle on the bed. This is not healthy stuff. Okay. Part of being in a relationship is that you got to figure it out. You got to figure it out. You got to mesh. Right? It's about being an adult. Also, is this just a nation of babies now? No one's an adult. No one's like, okay, it's give and take, right? I can't have it my way all the time, but there's a lot to gain by having, a husband. And, no, that's not the way. It has to be my way or the highway. Me and my teacup poodle, you take me out to dinner and then we independently go home and we have a really happy relationship. No, that is not the key to a happy relationship. That is a fake relationship. Feel free to do it. Feel free if you want, you do your relationship the way you want. Feel free to do it, but it's not a marriage. And it's not a real relationship because part of being in a relationship is getting out of your comfort zone, not finding a way to have a guy or a woman and still maintain all the comforts of your single life. That's called being single and just sleeping with somebody when you want to, in which case you should just do that. Just do that. Just say, I don't want to be in a relationship. That's okay. That's cool. But don't do this fake nonsense. It's supposed to be about sacrifice. You're supposed to be sacrificing if you're in a relationship. That's the whole point. You're supposed to be like, I give a little, they give a little, there's a give and take. Everyone's figuring out. And it's part of growing up, right? And then you have a child and you teach them that, this is about, yes, will there be tough times? Of course. Will there be days that are easy and days that are hard? Yes. But it's reward. That's part of the reward. Not, oh, I don't want any discomfort because I'm like a man or a woman child and I don't want any discomfort. So I'm just going to live separately and preserve all the things I like so I can be a big adult baby. Anyway, see you at 5. No, it's just like, ugh. I don't know, man. I don't know what's happening to society. If I had made it to this point and was still single, I think I'd have to just be like, I can't. Crazy stuff. Okay. That is today's show. Again, I will remind you to go to jedediahbila.com, check out the shop. In fact, my Naturepedic link right now, everyone always asks me about non-toxic mattresses. Naturepedic is one of my favorites. My Naturepedic link goes right to the Swell score, which we talked about earlier in the show, and you buy through them. You use my code, you go through them. It's amazing. I'm going to have more partnerships with them as well. But there's everything in the shop from tallow balm to red light therapy to everything. The reason I'm saying this is because I do get asked a lot, Jed, what do you do for health? Because I don't do the traditional medicine route. What do you do? And I was like, you know what? Let me share what I'm doing. These are all incredible companies. So check it out. Send me a message, remember, via the contact form. Let me know what guests you would like to see. And if you want to be part of the Q&A and ask me a question, send that as well. And we will be back soon. Thank you so much for everything. It has been an absolute joy. It feels good to be back. I keep doing this to the mic. I'm doing all my weird stuff. The hands are going. The set is, I'm just throwing stuff all over the floor. I'm home, right? You guys feel at home. Also, by the way, this, do you see, is my salt lamp. I really thought about doing the show. I wanted to do the show in red light. There's some blue in here. I'm not happy about that. It will be discussed at a later date. This is my salt lamp. This is Gatito, I call him, or Gatito, if you like the Spanish flair. And also people say to me, well, Jed, why is this plant so little? Why is he so little? Because he has to grow and flourish along with the show. I got a little plant, non-toxic plant, by the way, not been sprayed with pesticides or other nasty stuff. Duh. But I got him small, Luigi. And Luigi will grow and blossom if I remember to water him. Don't worry, Luigi, it's happening later today. Calm down. So, although it may look aesthetically odd to have this blank wall, think about how beautiful it will be when Luigi starts to blossom along with the show. I'm just saying, I've thought about it all. Love you guys. See you soon. Have a great day. So glad you're back.